G'day punters, and welcome to the racing based preview of the Group 1, the Goodwood at Morphettville, South Australia. I'm joined by Rick Chapman this morning, and we're going to dissect the race and see if we can come up with a winner for you guys.
Greetings. Good luck to all.
Okay, so you've studied up on the form, Rick, and you've found us something to follow?
I found the winner.
You found the winner, okay?
Unequivocal. I'll go out on a limb right now and state I have found the winner. Interstate Raider.
Okay, do you want to elaborate on that and let the punters know why this is your winner?
Sure. I do the mapping, as everybody knows. I love to look at form, and weights and measures are my key factors. And I just feel that Lucky Hustler will just finish right over the top of this mob and win running away. I think he's one of the most underrated and undervalued speedsters in the land. And third up from a spell just looks a good thing. If they serve up 650 or better for me, you know, even my wife will be happy with me on Saturday afternoon.
Well, he's got fitness on his side, Rick, and that's a big plus.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with the weight. I think the 58 and a half's a downfall, but he has big race jockey Glenn Boss aboard, and third up from a spell, and his ability to sprint, you know, that sort of ability we saw Lumosty race with last Saturday, and she won brilliantly at Flemington. So this horse will get to the line just as well, and Darren Weir will be just laughing, and as he always is, almost embarrassed to collect another Group 1.
Now, he couldn't run down Hucklebuck in the Group 1 Emirates, and he meets him half a kilo worse at the weights. So what makes you so sure that he can turn the tables this time, Rick?
Well, it's 1,200 versus 1,600. There's a huge difference right there. Horses tend to be able to accelerate. Most horses tend to be able to accelerate at the end of 1,200 metres in a superior fashion than they can over 16. It gives the impression that they'll run 1,600, but it doesn't always work out that way. And I've got a sneaky suspicion that Lucky Hustler's one of those. He should nearly have run a place in Sydney last start. Got checked at a vital stage in the stretch. So all things being equal, Hucklebuck being first up, he's going to get caught back in the ruck. Lucky Hustler just swoops for mine.
Okay. Now, I've figured one fact here, Rick. In the last couple of previews we've done, I've managed to pick the winner of the first group race on the card, the first Group 1 race. So with just one Group 1 race this week, surely I've got the winner.
Well, there's an old saying in life, self-praise means nothing. However, facts are indisputable in this case, and you were on Pornichet. I had him for second last week, and so I bow to your better judgment on that. So that opens up the door to, what do you like in this race?
Okay, well, I'm going to stick with the local. I really like Hucklebuck. Philip, having spoken to Philip a little while ago, he told me this is the race that in all of the Australian races, this is the one he wants to win. He's a local boy. He wants to win the Goodwood. He set Hucklebuck for this race a long time ago, and he couldn't be any better. His 2 trials were sensational. His first trial at Morphettville, it was an extremely slow pace, and while some of the other good horses in front of him were being pushed out to the line, Dom just came between them, just cantered past them, and just won as he pleased. He then went to Gawler, looked just as impressive in his trial, and you know, he's unbeaten at the track and distance in lesser grade, although yeah, I'm sticking with Hucklebuck, and I think he's going to win.
Well, he won first up last campaign, so those sort of stats are always compelling. So, and he's an outstanding racehorse. There's no question. I would not be surprised if he wins. And the way we're losing our top horses to the stud, I see Earthquake's just retired now too. So the way that the number of horses we're losing means that we need stars. And if Hucklebuck can stand up and be a winter star, all the power to him and Philip and Dom and you, for that matter.
Well, I think he's the one to do it, Rick. I'm just looking at his previous form. He's beaten horses like, you know, General Ife in the yellow again. There were some really good horses behind them in that race. And he's beaten Lucky Hustler, the cleaner, plus multiple Group 1 winners. Pornichet was in there as well. there's a lot that he's beaten last campaign, come out and won Group 1 races or Group 2 races since. So the form's been franked. He's a serious racehorse. And just knowing that Philip set him for this race, he really wants to win it. We can only pick one, and he's the one I'm going to stick with.
Yeah, no, good. I got a sneaky suspicion we'll fight it out.
I think so too.
I think we will fight it out, and they'll both be charging together. It'll be interesting to see which jockey gets the momentum going in the stretch first. If Hucklebuck gets out and Dominic gets him going, then that'll make it very tough for Lucky Hustler to run him down and vice versa. So it's an intriguing race with, Gregors is going to be there boxing on. She'll look the winner at some stage. I suspect the Politeness will run a much improved race with the lightweight, even though it's drawn a bit deep. Flamberge will improve dramatically, although drawn deep. It'd be hard to see where Vlad Jurik's going to go with Peter Moody's horse there. Does he go forward and try and sit an outside? And then, of course, we have last year's winner, Smokin' Joey.
The punter's pal or the bookie's pal?
Well,
That's that horse.
It could be either tomorrow on Saturday.
Well, I spoke to Vaughan Sigley earlier this morning, Rick, the trainer of Blackheart Bart. This is a horse that's won 6 of his last 7 races. He's based up at Strathalbyn at the moment. So Vaughan said he hasn't done a lot with him since he came to South Australia. Just a bit of light work. He's expecting a big run. He said the horse couldn't be in better condition. But he said this is his acid test. He hasn't met this quality of field before. But he has to be in there as well.
Well, it has to be. And I think if you're looking at state representation, Delicacy franked that form rather profoundly and made herself a potential Melbourne Cup chance off her performances. So Western Australian racing is bounding ahead. And can he hold out those other horses? I don't know, but he's waited to win, so he has to be a strong contender.
Ideally, Vaughan said they'd like to be sitting just off the pace and time he's running the straight. So if that plan pans out for them that way, he's a big chance. And I think luck in running will determine this year's winner, as it does a lot of years. Out wide's going to be the place to be. And I think if Lucky Hustler, Hucklebuck and Blackheart Bart, which one of those 3 it's the best run, I think that's where our winner will be.
Yeah, you can't deny the obvious consistency of Under the Louvre too. Like it's run 87 placings in a row, or it seems that anyway. So one bet I will be having, I know it's a minor race. Race 1, the 2-year-old from Godolphin, Batterjaws. He's very smart. He's very smart. I just think he'll win that for fun. Could be a good day for Glenn Boss if you look at my tips.
Okay, tipping Bossy to get a few, Rick.
Well, I've just tipped him to win on Batterjaws and of course the big race, the Lucky Hustler.
I'll get to study that one, and I'll have some tips up on bettingpro.com.au later for that. But for the big ones, I'm with Hucklebuck. You're with Lucky Hustler.
Yeah.
And hopefully we've steered the punters into a winner.
And as always, we should just exact our bets and cheer each other home.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. Remember, punting is easy.
Okay. Thanks for your time, Rick, and good luck, everyone.